now. Who
Yeah.
else to introduce our next session? Because of course our audience should be aware that we're going to go for a break, and then don't forget that our hashtag is much functioning. Make noise on Twitter about what's happening in life, and then others come on board. So Ibrahim, over to you.
Yes, you can actually use either hashtag MusDevConf20 or hashtag MusDev to tweet and talk about this conference. Now, on to the next session. It's actually something to be a tech guy, either a front end or back end developer, a UI UX designer. But the question is, do you want to be a middlecar or you want to scale? And when I say scale, I mean scale real fast. So join us in the next panel session as we discuss building a successful tech career in a fast-growing digital economy. And to anchor the session is Sister Aisha Babatunde. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Aisha.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Aisha Babatunde. Inshallah, we'll be discussing how we can build a successful tech career in this growing digital economy. On this panel, come back.
In today's world, IT professionals such as software developers, data scientists, UI designers, and many more are one of the most sought-after professionals. Therefore, choosing any of the IT career paths is a smart choice. However, as an African, acquiring the necessary skills to become a seasoned IT professional can be challenging. You have to deal with a lot of poorly made instructional materials, courses that make every concept more complex to understand. And if you're fortunate to find a really good learning resource, the cost will be far from affordable. This is why we created Ustaki, the first online stock learning institute in Africa that teaches industry-relevant IT skills at a very affordable price. How are we different? Ustaki takes you from zero to world class in your chosen IT path by offering very affordable micro-degree programs with detailed, high-quality videos, quizzes, and assignments. Just to make sure you understand every concept as expected, our programs contain localized content tailored specifically to Africans. And that's not all. We also offer insightful code review to solutions from assignments. Ustaki mentors to guide you along on your learning journey. Discussion forums where you can meet other students. And whether you are at home or on the go, on PC or mobile, you can always practice what you have learned with our easy-to-use live code editor. Upon completion of any Ustaki micro degree, you get a certificate of completion, resume review, and an opportunity to start earning, either working for Ustaki as a code reviewer, working on paid gigs, or getting a job through the Ustaki Jobs portal. So, are you ready to become a world-class IT professional and get the opportunity to earn immediately after graduation? Head on to www.ustaki.com or download the app on Google Play Store. Ustaki, your Stack Learning Companion.
Welcome back. Thank you for your time. Right now, we have Mr. Moise Oyewole with us. Mr. Moise Oyewole, please say his Tesla.
In today's world, IT professionals such as software developers, data scientists, UI designers, and many more are one of the most sought-after professionals. Therefore, choosing any of the IT career paths is a smart choice. However, as an African, acquiring the necessary skills to become a seasoned IT professional can be challenging. You have to deal with a lot of poorly made instructional materials, courses that make every concept more complex to understand. And if you're fortunate to find a really good learning resource, the cost will be far from affordable. This is why we created Ustaki, the first online stock learning institute in Africa that teaches industry-relevant IT skills at a very affordable price. How are we different? Ustaki takes you from zero to world class in your chosen IT path by offering very affordable micro-degree programs with detailed, high-quality videos, quizzes, and assignments. Just to make sure you understand every concept as expected. Our programs contain localized content tailored specifically to Africans. And that's not all. We also offer insightful code review to solutions from assignments. Use Stacky mentors to guide you along on your learning journey. Discussion forums where you can meet other students. And whether you are at home or on the go, on PC or mobile, you can always practice what you have learned with our easy-to-use live code editor. Upon completion of any Ustaki micro degree, you get a certificate of completion, resume review, and an opportunity to start earning, either working for Ustaki as a code reviewer, working on paid gigs, or getting a job through the Ustaki Jobs portal. So, are you ready to become a world-class IT professional and get the opportunity to earn immediately after graduation? Head on to www.ustaki.com or download the app on Google Play Store. Ustaki, your Stack Learning Companion.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You
Wa
are welcome
alaikum.
to this session. Inshallah, we'll be discussing how we can become a successful career, we can have a successful career in tech in this growing digital economy. So as we are rightly known that the Nigerian tech ecosystem is fast growing, and it has produced global businesses like Paystack, and of course world-class professionals, including developers, designers, and product managers. As we know that the tech ecosystem provides life-changing opportunities, and that is why many people are rushing to explore the opportunities that are right available for us. So, and then we know that the Digital Economy Ministry in the last quarter of the really last quarter of the year, that was the NBS data that was released. It contributed greatly to the economy more than the oil sector. That is, the non-oil sector, which included the ICT sector, contributed more than the oil sector that Nigeria depends on. So, and it is important for us to use this opportunity to know how we can achieve a career successful life. And then, inshallah, and our panelists will be discussing how we can utilize the right strategy and the right strategy to arrive at opportunities. And of course, they will also mention how we can overlook the challenges that the platform also offers. So, inshallah, with me is Mr. Moise Oyelowo. Mr. Moise
Oye,
Oyelowo is currently
Oyewole, please.
Oyewole. Pardon me. Mr. Moise Oyewole is co-founder and chief technology officer, Majek Tech Pro Technology Limited, and then the company is one of the partners of Google in Africa, and is also a consultant to many organizations, both local and international, on digital transformation and cyber security. He's the EC Council trained certified ethical hacking. He's a Google Cloud professional architect and Microsoft certified developer. He holds a bachelor degrees engineering, in mechanical engineering, design and automation, and postgraduate studies in information systems and management from University of Salford, Manchester, UK. And he has been a facilitator and a mentor. So he joined the Google developers ecosystem in 2010, with many of his mentees attaining certification stage, and he was also part of the pioneer developer that participated in Google Get African Businesses Online (GABO) and then Get Nigerian Businesses Online (GNBO) project. He was the Google developer lead for the Lagos State University ICT team in 2012, and his journey in the tech ecosystem started far back in 2001. So he has over 15 years experience, and he has trained many developers and software engineers and architects. So here he will be taking us through how we can explore opportunities and challenges in the tech ecosystem. Also with me, is Mr. Jimo Damilola. Mr. Jimo Damilola is a senior full stack developer client at IOSOR. He's an experienced JavaScript developer, a mobile expert, and is proficient at building responsive design and and handling cross-browser compatibility issues. And he's currently He previously worked with Limbic Labs in England as a full stack software developer, and also at time Dr. LLC in Las Vegas. So inshallah, they will be taking us through the discussion. Miss Assalamu alaikum, dear panelists.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh, how are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
Mr. Damilola, are you there? Can we have you say Taslim? Okay, so inshallah, right to Mr. Oyewole. I got it right this time, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so inshallah, you'll be telling us so far. First step, what do you make of a career in tech in Nigeria's growing economy?
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Today it's my joy to have the opportunity to interact with my colleagues, the Muslim brothers, and in the tech industry, and also learn because in situations like this, we are more positioned to learn than to share what we have as experience. So when you talk of the tech career, interestingly, it's beginning to evolve more rapidly. I can remember far back in 2011, 2010, 2011, when we have caused to hold sessions with colleagues from other parts of the globe. It's usually very challenging to find Nigerians in the space that could actually come on board to also speak of their experience and talk of what the tech industry has of opportunities. It's far long ago, myself and a few other brothers have advocated for Muslims to massively move into the tech ecosystem. We have the tech, IT and agriculture as the industry of the future for anybody that actually wants to be relevant. And when it comes to the tech ecosystem, it's a very wide one. And in particular, Nigeria, we've not actually explored 20% of what is out there. So what we usually have are, I can say we have primarily developers and let me say some network administrators. These are the areas where we have the largest percentage of Nigerians, whereas the industry is very wide. For example, in the aspect of embedded systems, which later birthed into IoTs and so many other, before we have artificial intelligence and machine learning reform and revolutionize that sector. What most people perceive as tech is just programming and then little hardware and networking. And it's far, far beyond that. Technology is wide. By the time you begin to look at the health industry, for example, 8 years ago, I remember there was a research of a robot smaller than a cockroach that actually is designed to walk into the nostrils to diagnose the pulse of fluid in the nostrils to determine certain complications in the human body. And this is as far back as 8 years ago, and I'm not sure many of us in this part of the globe are aware we have that much of development out there. But it's now far much different. So in Nigeria, what I can say is we are gradually catching up, but it is much more than we picture it. So for anybody seeking a career in tech, what is most important is start somewhere. And that's what I would say. Start somewhere. You will see so many things so overwhelming and you want to be part of everything. But like they do say, a jack of all trades is master of none.
Master
So
of none.
you don't start with everything. Start with something and be very good at it. Then when you are very good at that, then you can begin to explore further. Well, I'll stop at that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Pardon me, a while ago I skipped our panelist, one of our panelists. Is Mr. Sadiq Akinjobi, popularly known as Geek Tutor. He's a WordPress babalawo, Fluzard, and a PhD developer. He's a community builder and is currently building a lot of tech communities both in and out of several school campuses. So you're welcome, Mr. Akinjobi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank
Wa
you so
alaikum
much
salam wa
for
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
thank you for the amazing work that you are doing, and thank you for having me today.
Thank you. It's good to have you here. So, Mr. Akinjobi, it has just like what Mr. Oyewole said, Nigerians are showing interest in the digital ecosystem, and then just recently, after the cashing out of Paystack, a lot of Nigerians, actually visited Free Code Camp, a web development teaching website, Free Code Camp. And then like it shows that there's been an improving and increasing rate of interest in the career. So what can you say about knowing what to do really when you're choosing that path in the tech ecosystem?
Okay, good question. The thing I've noticed is that a lot of people are getting into tech because they are finding it as they're finding it easy because they think it's easy to just get into tech and just get started because they see it as a get quick rich scheme because it is easier. Tech has a lower barrier of entry. In order to be a doctor, you have to go to school and you have to graduate and then you have to practice for so many years before you can be established in the industry. But with tech, in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you can get started, whether it is coding or it is project management or whatever skill it is that you are looking at, and you can get started with it and go on like that. But what I have to say for people that are getting into tech is that don't see it as a get quick rich scheme. You have to put in the hard work so that you can establish yourself and be grounded in the knowledge. And then the only way to tech is not just coding. There are a lot of other fields. As you have heard from some of the panelists that spoke today, you can apply tech to healthcare, there's telemedicine, and there are a lot of other things that matter, not just coding alone. So you need to look at all the industry and find your own place that works for you. And then when you find your place that works for you, you can now use that to now pick and find your space in the ecosystem.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Just like what you said, it is important that you know what you're doing before heading to what you are about to do. So that brought me to these questions that what particular certifications, like we know that certification is very important because before you can pitch your idea or your professional outlook to a prospect employer, you have to show certification for that. So we know that certification is very important. So which area do you think, or do you think people should only focus on certification?
For me, I don't think that certifications are, personally for me, I don't rate certifications because I believe that skills is more important than certification. So you can have all the certification in the world. If you can't do the actual work that is required, if you are given the job, it means that you are going to do a mediocre job at it, or you are not going to deliver. So much more than certification, and that's what I've noticed about tech. Tech does not put a lot of emphasis on what degree do you have. What they will most likely ask you is, what are your projects? Display your
Projects,
project
yeah.
for us. Let us see your project. Let us see what you've built. Let us see what you can do for us. Not did you graduate from Harvard? Of course, for the senior roles and the management roles, certifications are very important there. So that's why you see that it's very rare for you to see a manager who is not educated or did not graduate with one degree somewhere. But for the developers and the entry level customer care agents and the likes, it is more about what you can do more than what certifications do you have. So both of them, you need to find a balance, like I said earlier, and know which path exactly are you going. And then along the line, as you start, you can always pick up new skills along the line to able to know what's next for you in your career and what exactly you want next.
All right, thank you. We welcome our third finalist, Mr. Jimo Damilola. Mr.
Hi
Jimo Damilola
everyone.
is a senior full stack developer. Hello, Mr. Damilola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so right to you. Just like what
Okay.
Mr. Akinjobi said, he said skills should be prioritized over certification. So, what particular skills, what soft skills do you think a Muslim should have to help him or her to grow in the career?
Okay. So when it comes to soft skills now, so I would say the most important part is communication. So once you are able to communicate properly, and don't get me wrong, so communication doesn't have to be spoken, like um doesn't have to be like how well your English is or how well you are able to like communicate with others. But it could be more. So it could be your writing skills. It could be your speaking skills or your empathy when you are communicating. So how well you are able to communicate your ideas so with your teammates or with your stakeholders. So apart from communications, we have your teamwork ability. So ability to be able to work well within a team or alone. Then we also have your leadership skills. You have your how flexible you are when given a task. So for some people, they have the ability to be able to handle tasks. It could be, for example, where we are. So we have as they are able both the front end and also the back end. So I would say as a developer, you should be able to be flexible. But yes, well, maybe later in your career you might decide to maybe focus on one part. But when you are starting, I think it is very much easier for you to get opportunities when you are like when you have like a diverse skills, when you know a bit of everything in tech. So yeah, I would say that is what your soft skills.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, over
Okay.
to Mr. Oyewole. Just
Okay.
like we said, digital economy comes with many opportunities. Like, what are the emerging areas that has a scarce personnel and good pay?
Wow. This is a very interesting question. When it comes to emerging areas, yeah, I will start from the emerging areas that have begun to get a lot of patronage, and that is the prominent machine learning and artificial intelligence. Everybody today wants to become a data scientist. Yeah, which is very good. But a lot of people are not paying attention to things like cybersecurity. I don't know. I can't count how many Nigerians are certified ethical hackers, licensed penetration testers, and these are top global certifications that actually are scarce. And this is the COVID era where we have the digital normal, where it's becoming everything online first. And in such a situation, you have organizations begin to look away the cost of securing their digital assets. And we're looking at and the landscape, the threat actions, and what the types and uh, the attack systems are beginning to evolve in a very rapid approach that even more experienced analysts are beginning to wonder the trend. Look at the example of the Twitter hack. This was more like it's a social engineering attack, but targeting not the users but the admin in a way that they don't actually compromise the platform in itself, but they compromise access to the platform. And I can remember as the CEO of EC Council he said one of the common trends in that is the trident attack. Trident attack is one that combines vision, smishing, and phishing. So, well, I would not want to dive so much into cybersecurity, but it is a very interesting sector. Okay, but to make it clearer so that people don't begin to tell me what is trident attack. So, an example of a trident attack is, okay, take a bank, for instance. The senior officer sends a mail to a junior officer to effect a transfer, and he knows this is the authorized line of action. And he does that with a phishing attack. Somebody clones the identity of the senior officer, send an email to the junior officer. He gets a phishing attack. And following that is a voice call, which is also a clone, saying, please treat that email. And following that is another SMS, says, please treat with urgency. So you receive an SMS, a voice call, at the same time, an email, asking you to do the same thing from the same person. It's very difficult to doubt that that is originating from the right person. So this kind of attack are now prevailing, and so the need for cybersecurity experts is so wide, is so high, and the scarcity is obvious, not just in Nigeria, globally. So that is one of the areas. Another area where we actually need to pay attention to is smart agriculture. We need to, that is unique to Africa. We have the potential to, particularly in Nigeria, we have the potential to become the global hub for agricultural products. And that is why the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy is focusing on agriculture. Now, how many Nigerians can actually fill in that sector? It should actually be an eye-opener for us. How do I actually plug into this? Everybody wants to do fintech. Yeah, beautiful. Everybody wants to do AI. Yes, but how do you apply it? In which sectors do you apply it? So sometimes it's not actually about which area, but actually how. What do you do with it? So and I don't actually usually say, I'm not a proponent of go after anything new. It's not necessary you go after anything new. It can actually be you doing the same thing that exists, but in a different way.
Yeah.
So if you actually look at what Paystack tried to do, you can see Stripe acquired Paystack because the ideology is similar. They actually try to solve the payment solution in a way that makes it so easier for those that actually are the prime movers of that sector, the developers. The same thing Stripe does in the US. When PayPal becomes, and the authorized net became very cumbersome to assess. Now, so they actually did the same thing that has been done, but in a different way. So I actually advise more of focus on impact. Maybe the same sector, but actually do it in a different way. So that is usually my own